What's going on, guys? It is Ben Heisler from FantasySportsMarkets.com, and in today's video, I'm going to go over my favorite plays for the Open Championship contest over at Fantasy Sports Markets. This will be my official lineup for the Beat Benny Heist contest, but you can enter it in any of the contests that we're throwing out over at FSM. So the first thing you'll do, you'll head over to FantasySportsMarkets.com and then go ahead and click on that PGA tab, and that will take you right to the PGA lobby where you can go ahead and enter your roster. So for the purposes of time, to make this video fairly short, I have my roster already filled out. And we'll start with the chalk plays. If I'm going to make one lineup, I'm going to eat the chalk up top and then find a few contrarian high upside, high floor plays a little bit later. And remember, with no salary caps, you have this option. So let's talk about Rory. He's the top favorite at Portrush. And don't worry about his Scottish Open score, because other than the Memorial in June, he's been absolutely on fire. In fact, matter of fact, he won the Canadian Open the week after he missed the cut. Now, I thought about fading DJ, but my buddy Chad Eckert from the Fantasy Golf Pod talked me out of it. He's more than just a long driver. He's also excellent in wind conditions, and that's going to be present over the next 4 days. Then there's Brooks Koepka. It's a major. He's going to be in it. Just go ahead and lock him in. I know the numbers at the Travelers and the 3M are not pretty, but I expect him to bounce back. Now let's find a little bit of differentiation. Cantlay I love. I would never talk you out of him. Same with Rose, Matsuyama. But Tommy Fleetwood hasn't been the guy that we've been used to seeing all year. I think his game is suited really well for this course. He was great at the Travelers, and I'm going to roster him even though he's never finished top 10 at the Open. He did finish top 12 last year. Adam Scott. He's going to carry some ownership, but not an overwhelming amount of ownership. But probably not as much as you'd expect on FSM because his fantasy points per tournament is fairly low. He also finished top 10 at the last two majors and 18th at the Masters. Scott is a high upside and a high floor play, and I don't think his ownership is going to be particularly high. And then finally, shout out to my buddy Daniel Murrow for alerting me to the fact that Graham McDowell is not only the hometown guy at this course, but that his brother is part of the greenskeeping staff over the last 20 years. So he's embracing being back home, and he has some little bit of insider knowledge too. And yes, I'm fading Tiger. You can make fun of me if he ends up winning this thing a little bit later on. So those are my picks. I encourage you guys to go in and get in and enjoy.